All right, welcome to another episode of Chaos Chamber. A little later on the get-go tonight, so it will be a shorter session, but still going to be some fun nonetheless. Wrap a few things up. We'll make this quick since we have a late start. Ready to go to the recap screen when you are. All right. Last session we picked up, the group has just entered Neverwinter a little bit shorter and smaller than they were previously, dropping several members, picking up a few others, but otherwise a fairly light crew. Decided to take care of some necessary requirements around town, some things you want to do, a little bit of shopping, picked up a few new magic items, sold a boatload of things that you've been hauling around for a while. So that group pack now much lighter. Griswold's back, feeling a lot better, a little bit more coin in your pocket to play with. Making a trip over to the library, you guys managed to do some research, tracking down a little bit of this, a little bit of that, primarily digging into a little bit about the fissures, trying to understand a hair more of that and seeing what you could track down. Learned a little bit of the abnormalities here that we covered. After that, decided to make your way back to Warwick's lovely abode that he was carrying in Neverwinter, enough to keep you guys all. So that's very rare. You don't have to track down a hotel room. And who knows what you're getting there somewhere above a tavern and inn. And as you made your way back, not too far from it, as you were getting closer, passing through a marketplace, pretty late at night here too, getting a little bit dark. Stopped by a random gentleman in your path that called you out, seemed to know you, seemed to be familiar with you. And as the banter continued and he attempted to call you out, Keltrin was having none of it and throwing a banishment his way, instantly getting rid of him and putting that to bed. However, had some compatriots there with him. Battle ensued before putting most of them down pretty handily, taking them out, and at which point we are going to pick up basically as they're dying on the ground, and this banishment is about to return. You guys have generally placed yourself there. I've returned him on the picture so you can see where he's at. And you guys kind of have him surrounded at the moment, weapons out, ready to go. But we will pick up there. Welcome to another episode. Let the chaos in.
Okay. So my message to you was, and just filling in the others. As we're waiting for banishment to drop, I'm going around to each of the quote unquote bandits and casting Spare the Dying on all of them. So they will be at 0 hit points and unconscious and not dead.
So this guy's back. So Reed had already cut his Achilles tendon amongst Griswold trying to stop him. But nonetheless,
I wanted to retch you there a little bit for Caldrum to spare the dying. We'll pick up there with the Achilles slit. No, you're good. So you guys have him now.
What about the ones that were actually death failed by acid damage? Because there were the Contour and I guess that was it. I was thinking the Assassin, but
yeah, it was just Contour.
Yeah, and so he died, but he wasn't necessarily dead. He was out of 0 hit points.
He I think at 2 death saves, right?
It would be 2 because of the acid damage, and then another turn came around. So it would depend, I guess, if you got to him quick enough.
Yeah, and I kind of rushed the ending there, so I was giving Caldrum a little bit of leeway as it was happening. So
good. I just want to know if Phandalin 5 killed someone else in town. That's all.
Understood. Yeah. No, he seems to have lived just barely, and by no luck of the Phandalin 5. Caldrum, the newest member, really. All right, so you guys have Hans. He is not yet tied up. He's still down with that. What do you want to do?
I'm going to tie him up.
As you reach to bring rope towards him, you recognize a patch that you've seen before under his collar on his right side. Circular patch. You recognize just the outsides of it. Looks like a couple S's.
I'm gonna I'll make sure that I tie these up extra tight, and as I'm doing that,
give me an athletics check, Hans, and acrobatics check, or athletics. Acrobatics or athletics to get out.
Yep.
not gonna do well. Yep.
Yeah, he manages to drop and squirm out of your reach as you begin to tie him up.
Yep. And so
Did he move away with his Achilles tendon cut?
He's rolling out of the way. I mean, he can still move. Sliding 5 feet over.
Is this guy at full health? Oh, this guy is at full
Hans will
health.
just
I'm attacking him.
Hans will look at Reed and Warwick and just say, "Call your big loaf off, or she'll know whose side you've chosen."
I'm attacking.
All right, go ahead and roll for initiative.
Oh, sorry.
You
Whoops.
still see me?
I mean, potentially.
I'm just. Do you?
Are you
Are you just
invisible?
saying that?
Yeah,
saying that in general?
What do you mean?
He saw you earlier. You kind of ducked off now, so you don't see him at the moment.
You're literally on a roof. Like
he's kind of hiding in the cracks back here. He's on the roof.
Okay.
Reed came down from the roof. He's back hidden behind it. So I mean, you saw him. You saw him passing. You don't see him right now, but you're kind of speaking to the vicinity, and then you got Reed right there.
And what was it that I would have heard you say?
Call your big oaf off, or she'll know whose side you've chosen.
So I'll hear this. My ears kind of perk up just a little bit. I'll slowly mosey over, taking my time. Just taking my time. And I'll say, "Hey, Grizz, hold on."
Right.
Hold on.
Grizz, you were preparing to attack. I was about to say, are you coming down with it? You can choose a strike.
I'm gonna put my dagger.
I'll hold off.
Hold on a second before you say what you want to do more. Go ahead, Reed.
I'm gonna transfer the blade to Griswold's Achilles.
Okay. The blade rests against the back of you, Griswold.
As I do that, I'm gonna say I'm the only one that tortures here.
Think about it though. He's curious. He's actually.
I wasn't gonna torture. I'm gonna look at Reed. I'd get that blade off my heel pretty quick.
Listen, you didn't even notice me climb onto your shoulders. I doubt you could hit me with that big ass thing before you're back on one leg.
I'll slowly move back over. I'm gonna sit on the edge of the roof. Just flip a magical coin.
What's the point of just killing, huh?
Oh no, I wasn't gonna kill him.
Oh, you mean with the big ass halberd? You're not gonna kill him, or attempt to?
No, I was actually gonna make it non-lethal, just for clarity's sake here.
Now, this may be me being 2'6", but please explain to me how you're going to make a halberd non-lethal.
We've done similar things before, where things have where with axes and everything, where we've turned it sideways and hitting them with the hilt and stuff like that. We've played that before. Like that.
Yeah, the angle you're going at, the hilt doesn't seem like a viable option in this case.
You don't know how Griswold turned that.
I like it. I'm seeing all this going. I'm just gonna let it progress for a quick second.
Okay.
Take the swing, or what's happening?
No.
He said he was holding on for a second.
I'm gonna look down at Hans. What do you mean she'll know what side you've chosen?
Is your last name Gruber?
Hans. No.
So you're saying you're gonna throw him off a roof?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
I'd love to.
Sorry, what was your question, Evan?
What do you mean she'll know whose side you've chosen?
And he'll just silently pull the collar aside to show you the rest of not the Siddle Society patch.
Yeah. I'm gonna look back at Reed and Warwick at this point and say, why?
As Griswold does this, I'm going to turn my blade back to Hans's throat, get close to his ear, and say, "I said nothing about you."
I like it.
Give me a stealth check on that one.
Or he's going to switch it up to some magical popcorn that he's just tossing in his mouth again as he's watching this whole scenario go down.
All right, you guys hear him whispering. You can't quite make out much. Caldra, Althea, not from where you're at.
Griswold is right there. Does that help at all?
What shirt are you wearing a D&D shirt?
You're freaking right.
Dude, that's awesome.
That's cool. All right.
Yeah.
Come on.
Who's the little pony? Is that Griswold? That's Frank.
Hans is
It's a
gonna
unicorn, and yes.
Hans is gonna start to stand up and look Grizz right in the face and say, "You know what they call people who make decisions on their own without talking to anybody else, and people die because of it?
The Phandalin Phive.
Villains."
I gotta figure that one out. Hold on. Griswold's not the smartest.
Okay.
He did not catch
And
that
Grizz,
as
you
it
did
was
not
flying
hear
over
that.
his
The
head.
whisper.
I did not hear the
Words
whisper.
cannot go over my head.
Carl, did Hans say anything after I said nothing about you?
No, he let it go. We'll see the reaction, and then I'll tell you.
Warwick's still tossing magical popcorn in his mouth. Just watching this whole scenario go down.
Ask yourself, nobody made the first move other than you. Why'd you kill all these people?
Actually,
I'm gonna,
technically, they're not dead.
I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna look around.
But no one's really dead.
I'm gonna look around and say they're not dead. And you were trying to call us out here, so, and I don't think that you're dead either.
I'm just trying to show you that you're making actions without knowing the full story, as per usual.
Yeah, we are kind of murder hobos. And that's said in game. That's said in game. That's not.
I simply wanted to have
that's
a conversation. Just simply wanted to talk to you, and maybe we have heard that the Phandalin Phive has had some change in membership.
Still just
Wait, you guys are paying to be part of this?
Didn't this guy call us out? Out of character? Didn't this guy call us out?
Yeah.
Oh,
Definitely called you idiots.
He was shit talking, seeing what kind of reaction.
Oh,
he would get
okay.
out.
All right. That's
And then he was banished, and then you guys started the Slaughterfest.
Yeah.
Wait, who went first after we banished him?
I thought someone casted.
I believe.
I thought someone had casted the
Stink Cloud,
AOE
right?
effect.
Stink Cloud might have been next.
Yeah, so it was.
But nonetheless, you guys made the first move. You banished someone.
We banished him, for sure.
Yeah, but we knew you'd fucking come back.
That was our newest member.
But, you know.
Okay.
That was our
You were
newest member.
fine, then,
He's
Hans.
new to the group.
Hans shot first.
Hans, you were just talking too much. and
Thanks,
you were
Ed.
banished.
I love it. Yeah.
Hans was talking too much.
I like
and
it.
You were banished, but you weren't harmed. And then your friends decided to start casting some spells, and we had no other direction than to defend ourselves. But yet again, I see that none of you are dead. We could have killed you.
I'm going to appear among the middle of everybody, and I think we need to make sure that everybody here is telling the truth.
Love it.
And I say everybody, I mean everybody. And I'm
Zone
going
of
to
Truth.
cast Zone of Truth
Yes.
around
Oh,
everybody.
man.
Is that
I
a
love Zone of
wisdom
Truth.
check or save?
That is I think it's charisma. Hold on.
Can you purposely fail? Like Griswold's gonna tell the truth. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can still tell the truth. It forces you to, but you can still tell it.
It is.
Yeah,
Nothing's
I
stopping
mean-
you from doing so.
Charisma. I mean, I'll do a wait. So we all technically have to make charisma saves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's just guards against deception, so it's just preventing you from
What is
lying
it?
if you
Charisma
fail.
DC 19.
Oh man.
DC, let's see, charisma.
Oh, I mean, I have a 21 actually. Anyone in line? Yeah.
Chris is the only one that can lie.
Yeah, Grizz is the only one that can lie, but will tell the truth. So.
All right. With that,
Everybody-
I don't need to roll for anybody else. Everybody's telling the truth here.
And everybody knows that you're under this effect. You know whether each creature succeeds or fails, and affected creature is aware of the spell and thus avoiding answering questions to which would normally respond with a lie. So this all of a sudden has turned into the movie Liar Liar.
Stop
Jim
breaking the law, asshole.
Now, just to be clear, just for everyone's recollection, you don't need to say everything, always speak the truth. You just cannot tell a deliberate lie.
You
can
can
be
you can plead the
evasive.
fifth. You can plead the fifth.
15-foot radius, so I'm just within that. Okay.
Yeah, let me give you that. Circle 2.
I don't even know if you need to. It's everybody.
Yeah, it's everybody.
Yeah, it's everyone. That's cool. I mean,
Well,
pretty-
If you're by
Well-
any of the 3 tents.
Yeah, I guess it's covering
essentially.
everybody. You're right.
Affected creature, no. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it catches everyone. You guys are.
I just wanted to see if Frank can lie, because I think if
However-
he could telepathically be like, no, this is bullshit. I just wanted to see.
Keep in mind though, you guys all know Griswold can lie.
Oh, so you
Yep.
know each other as well, or just
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah,
in there knows
everybody knows.
whether you
The other-
are telling the truth or whether you're
Yeah.
whether you're under the spell or not. So
Nice.
Now,
Right.
you could move outside of the zone, though.
I
may
think it
not be
sticks with you though, doesn't it?
It sticks with you, yeah.
Yeah, so it captures
For one
everybody in that
turn.
zone, and now it sticks
Until the
with you.
spell ends.
for 1
10
turn,
minutes, I
right?
think. I'm away from my computer.
10 minutes,
Oh
yes.
no, 10
Yeah.
minutes. Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
read on the start of your turn.
I
What do
wanted
we
to
wanna
spell
know?
magic so bad.
Do it. You won't do it.
Just so everybody can lie.
Did Warwick say that in character? Does he get
No,
lie?
no.
I think it's funny.
So you guys can sense this magical aura come over all of you. You suddenly recognize that each person is now forced to tell, is unable to be tell
Version
a
of the truth.
deliberate lie. Yes, so a version of the truth must be there, except for Griswold, who now has free range to still lie. You're aware that his word cannot be trusted anymore, from the spell anyways.
Man, Gabriel wants to protect you that bad. What do you have to hide?
Is that in game?
Yeah.
Oh,
I have nothing to hide, so ask away. And Griswold will sheath his halberd at the moment.
Grizz, we all know, even though you can lie, you're not going to.
Yeah, Griswold's poker face is terrible. We all know that. Griswold's gonna go eat the tree instead.
So as I'm tossing the popcorn, I'm gonna say, "Hey Hans, I'm not sure I've met you before, but when you say she, who are you referring to?"
Our Lord and Savior.
I know exactly how this is gonna go.
Our
Hold
Lord
on.
and Savior Nursana.
Nursana.
This is gonna be past the potato.
Nursana. Huh? Interesting. And what were you planning on asking us or having a conversation about? I'm here to talk.
As I said, I just wanted to see where the party's loyalties lie since we've changed some members around.
Where do you want our loyalties to lie?
That's not up to me. I am but a messenger.
Where,
They don't
Where
lie
does
with your
the-
thieving boss.
where does Nasana want our loyalties to be?
Who gives a fuck what Nasana wants?
I'm just curious. Griswold is really.
Siddle's in this, right? Oh yeah, Siddle's he's in the thick of it.
Let's just say it was a reconnaissance mission to find out what your capabilities were at this point.
Let's just say that. How do I want to say this? And if we let you go, what are you going to tell her?
He'll just laugh. Let me go.
I mean,
And that checked
I'm-
out. I would
am-
laugh at us too.
Griswold, we're defenseless. I have no reason to kill you, unless you try to attack again. In which
I never attacked.
I gladly will. You were banished. Okay, you were banished. You
Nonetheless,
probably
Hans
wouldn't
never attacked anybody, any of you.
have. I mean, you're not wrong.
He came back
You
and
just-
his ankles were cut, and you went to tie him up.
Hans, one ankle.
He doesn't want to get in too much trouble.
We were
Hans,
making our way peacefully through this market, and you stopped us.
And Hans, I could have killed you when you appeared, but I went to tie you up instead. So let's cut the shit.
Yeah, let us cut the shit as he looks around at all of his fellow comrades that are on the ground.
Hans, let's chop this
They're
one up
still alive. They're still alive.
as a big misunderstanding. How about that?
So, how did you intend to test what we were capable of, if this wasn't it?
Let's just say I've been following you for a while.
Not surprising.
What does Nasana have to do with Reed and Warwick?
I never said their names. Why do you assume?
I thought
I
you
thought
did.
she.
You did that, right?
I thought you did.
You never
No,
said
he
their
only
names.
said our names because me and I assumed.
Carl said their names because he was looking at them when he said it, but
Oh.
he never said their names.
and
Oh,
we're,
then
we were the closest to him.
Then let me retract Reed and Warwick. Then I thought.
I think you said it in game. We go with it.
You can retract it. It's some confusion there.
And, so he did look. Did I notice that he looked at Reed and Warwick when he said what he did about
He was not being
where their
stealthy about
loyalty?
it.
I mean, I was on the other side of a house, so I don't think anybody could see me at that point. But
Okay, let's clear
he
this
was
up.
looking in my
Hans,
general direction.
I would argue that the house was taller than that little shopping tent, and he could probably see you a little bit.
Hans, when you
Unless
said that
I was
their
trying to be
loyalties,
to do something. I don't know.
Hans, when you said that she would know about their loyalties, who were you referring to?
Our Lord and Savior.
There are members in your party that we like to keep an eye on.
Who are those members?
I didn't do it, I swear.
I don't think that's up to me to tell you.
Warwick's just gonna keep tossing popcorn in his mouth and not say a damn word.
Would I have noticed that he looked off in Reed and Warwick's general direction?
Give me a perception check.
He looked at us when he told us to stop him, correct? Just to make sure.
Yes, he
That's
looked
when
at,
Yeah, he was looking at your.
he looked at you
at
for
you guys.
sure, and in Warwick's direction, we'll say.
And give me. I mean, were you trying to keep that Hans? Were
Nope.
you trying to do that stealthily, or were you okay showing it? You don't have to answer that. If
Hans
you want
was
to do it
showing
stealthily, give me a.
Nope, he was
All
showing
right.
it.
Forward.
Griswold, you still did not see it.
It flew right over his head. Did not catch it.
All right, then I've got nothing else because I didn't see it. All right.
Hey Hans, before we let you go, is there anybody else we should be aware of?
What do you mean?
Any other of your party members that might be of a surprise?
Just know the Kraken Society is always watching.
I hope so. We're like deep involved in that shit, so that's exciting. We're not trying to hide it though. Plus, we got the big guy, not stealthy whatsoever. That's in character, by the way.
Nor observed.
I figured.
So wait, you're part of the Kraken Society?
He'll just nod, look at you.
Are you guys responsible for killing off the Giant King?
He won't respond.
I'm gonna take his silence as a yes. Since we're speaking truthfully.
Damn. Oh shit.
Do you know?
Still no response.
Drop that one up for the second one.
So, are you going to keep following us then?
That seems to be the plan.
For sure. He will. No doubt about it.
My presence will be known if I want it to be.
Wait, you have
Oh.
presents?
I just wanted to be clear that if your organization is the ones responsible for the mess up of the ordning, we're kind of in direct conflict within each other. I believe so. Am I right on this? Am I right on this?
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Okay.
And
just want to make
what
sure.
was that about us being the bad guys here? I think I might have misheard you there, bud.
I never said we messed up any ordning. And you're mostly the villains because you keep making decisions without talking to others, and people die because of it.
Oh, we talked to plenty of others. Don't you worry.
I'm gonna look back. I'm gonna look back at the group and say, it seems like the Kraken Society is a problem, and they are going to keep coming after us. We must figure out what we need to do with them because we have bigger things to deal with than this pesky nuisance.
Well, from the sounds of things, they might be the bigger things. At least they're the ones behind the bigger things. I don't know.
That's the best
Guess we'll
part
find
about.
out.
That's the best part about choosing a side. You're always someone's enemy.
The way I see it, we're either doing something really right, really. Most of the stuff it up is really right for me.
I'd really
Who
love
you
it.
ask?
That's why they're
Gabriel came
attracted
down.
to us. That's all what's gonna happen.
It is. Actions are always right and wrong in other people's opinions, other people's eyes.
And I have a hard time believing that,
Really
effectively sicking giants on a bunch of civilizations is a right decision in anyone's eyes other than these fucks.
I agree. Warwick, is there a jail cell or something where we can put them that we can
What's
get
the
them off
point?
of our tails?
I wouldn't
What's
say
the
it's
point?
a jail cell, more of a pleasure room. I mean, that's what we're talking about, right? No? Oh, sorry, my bad. You're talking about in town? Scratch that I said that. I'm sure there's a jail cell somewhere.
Is this Warwick or D
Oh no,
Shags
this is
who we're
totally.
talking to?
What's the
This
I
matter?
don't know if
We've,
there's a point to putting him in jail. That
we've proved our
their
point.
thief of a boss will just come after him.
Yeah. Hey, Hans, real quick, where's Nisana at now?
That's
Nurse
not for
Sonic.
me to
Nurse
tell.
Sonic.
That's not for me to tell. Sorry, I'm just kidding.
Awfully tight-lipped for someone who wanted to have a conversation, though, don't you think?
Yes.
Oh, I never
Our
said
weapons.
anything about conversation. And you're going to
You
hear
did.
a noise, a loud clattering back in the top right corner.
Okay.
I mean, I'll take a look over that way. I'll bite.
I mean, you are on the tent, so you'd probably
I
be
can see
able
it.
to see.
Yeah.
You just hear Griswold declare le chemin, and he pulls out his halberd again, and it lights up.
Reed sits down.
I just like when you say it.
And he's gone.
Garrett, you're muted, I think.
Sorry. Don't know how long that was true. Yeah, so hold on 1 second while Reed sits. With that.
Hans is gone.
Yep. You guys are. Give me perception checks with disadvantage with the noise.
Oh, let's see. Disadvantage. Percent.
Hold on.
That one.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, that second one is okay. There we go.
Thank you.
Yep. So shit.
In the moment that you guys turn to hear this noise, in your quick reaction time, Everyone is lightning fast and on edge, having had this encounter at night after the number of things you guys have been through. It took merely that split second, and turning back, and Hans was gone. You hear or saw nothing. The rest of the compatriots are still there. They are still unconscious and near death, but stable, but no sign of Hans.
Could I have counterspelled that crack noise?
Potentially, if you where are you?
Oh, he's right there.
Yeah, you're right there. I mean, you
I'm
can
gonna try
see
and-
it, I suppose. There's no reason you couldn't count. Let me.
What perception did he get? He rolled a good perception.
I don't know how that works as you're ruling, G.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, technically, it was an action and a reaction. It was there was no turn. Come on, we need one thing here.
Rock, paper, scissors. Best 2 out of 3. Cards or you
Well,
win.
I want to check.
What
good.
perception would we have had to roll?
24.
Yeah, dude.
Rusty, Siddle, I had you give me a perception check for the noise. However, just give me a perception check for the spell itself, and Hans, give me the same, whether you have caught the spell being cast or not.
Just a straight perception, no advantage, disadvantage?
No advantage, disadvantage in either case.
Ooh,
So you were trying to stealthily cast a spell, and Siddle, you were trying to, in order to be able to counter spells since you were outside of battle, did you catch him trying to cast it?
What am I rolling, sleight of hand or stealth?
Sleight of hand, thank you. Yeah, so Siddle, you did not catch the spell in time to counterspell it. You didn't recognize it as a spell, even at your close range. With the distraction, it's at night. It was difficult to see, but still, with your closeness, I'm not going to be at a disadvantage, so you would not have been able to see it. However, again, the others are still there, so everyone else is still hanging around alive.
Sweet.
You also don't use up a spell slot, though, Siddle, so you can add that one back in.
Oh, perfect.
I'm going to. I'm going to be extremely frustrated. So I didn't see that it was. He looked at wolves.
We get anything off. Eric, look at creature.
I was going to say, Chamb3r, are you officially casting that? And I didn't hear you say anything. Are you... Yo, you're muted. That's why I didn't hear you.
Muted. There we go. Now I'm on.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. I would like to find him if he is within 1,000 feet of me.
Okay. You sense him. 1 second. The direction of the creature's location as long as the creature is 1,000 feet. The creature is moving, you know the direction of its movement. Okay. You do sense him, Chamb3r. You sense him to the north, outside of the paths here, so up this direction. However, you also sense that he is moving in the northeastern direction very fast. And seems, do you know how... No, you sense it up that direction, and it's within 1,000 feet, and you know it's moving away from you to the northeast, but you do not know how far or where.
I let everybody know. I know he's that way. If we care.
I'm gonna. Which direction?
Northeast. He's
Yeah,
north.
so you're sensing him. You sense him to the north, running to the northeast. So he's kind of
Reed asking Chamb3r.
Got it.
Yeah.
How fast does he seem to be moving?
He seems to be moving faster,
You know the
quick.
direction. You can tell he's getting out there, but you can't quite tell too much.
It said Polly after him. But if he's
You sending
too
Polly?
fast- But if he's too fast, if you think he's too fast for
We won't.
or
We won't be able to get him. It doesn't matter. Even if we see where he is, he's going to get out of this city. He's going to report
The
something.
hell, it doesn't matter.
We'll find him. We'll find him again. We will find him again. There's no doubt. He'll be following us at another point. And when he does, there won't be anything that can save him.
All right. You're still sensing singular movement. You get a little bit of movement back and forth, and you can tell there's some slight changes in direction as it moves in that direction, but still heading that way.
All right. We don't care.
I don't know if we can get him. I mean, I don't know if there's any way we can get him.
What are we
what's the
gonna
matter?
do?
We know
What are we gonna do when we do catch him?
what's the matter. We know he's gonna go back to Nasana,
Yep.
If she wasn't scrying on this entire thing already.
and
Yeah.
we already know
Probably.
one of her layers. So I mean, is it really that surprising where he's going?
I'm going to go over to each of the individuals, his homies, and I'm going to
Finish them off.
take up their weapons.
Okay.
Chop off their hands and feet. Leave them.
Wow.
Griswold doesn't torture as much as he is irritated at the moment. Griswold will not torture.
Leave them as little nubs.
So you managed to take a couple daggers. Oh man, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Shift double click to bring up their character sheets is amazing.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I did not know that. That's why every
Oh,
time you guys start battle,
man.
I scroll through the right hand side through all my
No.
freaking enemies every
Oh,
freaking
no.
time, and I had to keep
That's
them up.
my-
It drives me
my-
nuts.
It's like my second favorite shortcut.
Yeah, this is huge. It's life changing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ashley.
Alright,
So you find a couple daggers. You find a mace. You find a heavy crossbow. You find. What's your first favorite shortcut? Now I gotta know.
That's probably it.
All right, I'm good with that.
It's his
you
first
find
and
long
second.
swords.
It's his
Yeah.
first and second.
Yeah.
It's a double click. So the first click's the first favorite. The second click's the second favorite. And a scimitar and a light crossbow. All lightly
Out of
used, but in good
character.
shape.
Out of character, if I would have dimension doored, would you have allowed me to dimension door to him? Out of character, I'm not going to do it now, but out of character.
It would have
It's
been.
500 feet. 500 feet, and I don't have to actually see the location. I just have to know generally where he's at, and I can dimension door roughly.
But how
So
would
do
you
have
know
to
how
know
many
the
feet
area,
to
or have
dimension
you know
door?
him?
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
You would have to be able to predict. So you'd say the direction, and then you'd predict a distance between 100 and 500 feet that you'd
Sure.
go to.
Yeah, and I would say probably if I could get within 50 to 100 feet, I can always yell out and have a secret conversation with Haas.
Yeah, so I mean, you knew he was in that direction. You could have gone northeast and told me how far, kind of taking a guess for about what it would be.
Got about a
And
1
specifically,
in
that's a
100
place that you can
chance.
see, visualize, or describe the distance. So yeah, you could have gotten further. I mean, certainly could have gotten out there within maybe 50, 100 feet of him, depending on how far you wanted to go. I would have let you take the guess at it.
I would say 500 feet. I mean, yeah.
To land right on top of him, you got a 1 in 100 chance.
No. I don't want to land on top of him.
No, but I would say he would have landed in your path, or he knows you're into the northeast. He doesn't know how far, so there's a possibility he either ended up behind you
For sure.
within
I'll do
a
it.
100-foot, which
Let's do it.
100 foot's
Do it.
not
I'm not gonna
Do it.
terrible.
You won't do it.
I don't need to. I can
Alright.
talk to you however I want to. I don't need to. See, I don't worry about Hans, right? Because I already have a superior relationship with your boss
Okay.
and others. I mean,
I'm gonna.
I know people.
Griswold's
so
gonna. Oh, go ahead.
Pizza.
That's it. What do you want to do? Go ahead.
Griswold's gonna come back over and look at look at the group and say, if he was telling the truth, that means someone in here is in line with the Kraken Society.
Is that what he said, though?
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's basically what he said.
As you guys are having this conversation, Keldrum, you no longer feel his presence.
All right.
So, what did you use to get out that quick? Is there like a legit spell?
Probably not his.
Disengaged and ran.
How did you?
The movement was 90 feet per minute, or 90 feet per move, so I was handling it that way. So basically, he was 100 feet away whenever you guys first started, and I was kind of running the turns as he was fleeing with the run. So 90 feet, not that much. You probably could have kept up. So, fast is a very relative term. I won't get. We'll leave the rest.
He still would have outran Polly.
I was gonna say even with an Achilles tendon cut, but there's probably some help or something with that. That he wouldn't have been able to do full speed with an Achilles tendon. There's no way.
I don't know what you guys.
Misty stepping it every time.
I don't like you guys like love an Achilles tendon. Like freaks me the fuck out. Not gonna.
Oh, yeah.
That is like the worst thing for me.
Yeah.
I mean, hats off, that's awesome. It's awesome.
I mean, he's out right now. I'm not running after him. He's gone.
I think I would rather like lose my arm than get my Achilles tendon cut. Like that freaks me out so fucking bad.
Nah, give me the tendon.
Nope.
Every time.
That just.
Kobe came back.
I'm gonna throw up.
Kobe came back twice for a torn Achilles.
Who? What?
Kobe.
That's
torn his Achilles twice, right?
I'm talking about like. All right, I'm gonna start.
Let's also say, hey, this is a realm of magic and possibility. A simple health potion, and that dude's running 100%. Recovery time 10 seconds. That's some pretty impressive.
We also don't know what spells he knows.
Yeah.
We just know we've banished him. He can be banished and brought back. He wasn't where
Hans is a little upset. Okay.
I mean,
he's like. Hans got exactly what Hans was looking for.
Exactly.
He got exactly what
Can I just toss out a fucking call here real quick?
He's probably a little upset he got his Achilles tendon cut. Outside of that, I think he's happy.
He's probably pretty upset that he didn't know the agreement that Reed had with Nasana either.
What was that, Rusty?
Who said
I said, can I just toss out a fuck you, Carl?
That's what I was most upset about, is that I didn't get the reaction from Hans.
We'll leave that for future. We'll let that go there.
Yeah. All right, Warwick. Where's this house at? I need a rest. I'm tired.
I don't think it's right up this way. I generally have no. Warwick knows. I generally.
Yeah, so it was to the north. Warwick was directing you guys. You were pretty close at this point. You guys were no more than 400 or 500 feet away, up to the north. So you guys need to make your way through the streets, through the back roads here, through Neverwinter. Warwick leading the way, pausing momentarily. Seems like he might be a little bit lost. Hasn't been back here in a while. Before he manages to come across it, sees the front door. You guys approach the house, and from the outside, the house looks pretty stylish. It's been built with some poplar wood, has some tan brick decorations, small octagon windows. Well, during the daylight, you would imagine it lets plenty of light in, and they seem to be added in a very asymmetric way. The building's shaped like a short L, so it kind of cuts back on the one side a little bit, and the extension is linked by an overgrown wooden overhang panel. You see it 2 stories. The second story is a little bit smaller than the first, with a large balcony on the one side. And it seems to follow the same style as the floor below it. The roof's high, square-shaped, covered with some brown wooden shingles. One large chimney sits on the side. Several small windows let just enough light in below the roof. Outside the house, you see a small yard and an untended garden that seems to be long left unkept. During the day, you would imagine some grass and some flower patches in the area and some trees that are placed around it. It's actually a pretty nice house as you approach. Not what you would expect from Warwick.
As soon as this is from last session when we were walking up, I'm actually, because I gotta look at this. Is there really a difference between, just trying to see, detect good and evil and divine sense? Because it looks like pretty much they're the same damn thing.
Temporarily pull you guys there. Detect good and evil and define sense. There was one difference.
The divine sense is up to 60 feet. I'm just trying to see.
So really quickly, divine sense. Where the
Cause I could detect all the celestial, elemental, fey, and all that happy shit. I could also see if something is consecrated or desecrated, which is the same thing that divine sense is basically saying, except at 60 feet with the. I'm gonna go ahead and cast divine sense. We'll just go ahead and I'll use because I have one of my as soon as we're walking up, I'm casting divine sense because I still get a weird feeling. I had that weird feeling from Warwick earlier, before we got in the fight with Hans.
Before we left the little plaza that we were at there with the
with the body strewn about unconsciously.
I'm going to cast light on the top of one of the tents.
Okay.
I'm going to cast light on it. And then when we get to Warwick's house, once we get inside, I'm going to look out the window and look for any guards that might be, any police officers that might be traveling by.
Okay.
And as I see one, I'm going to cast message. The cantrip message.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna say, you might want to go over to and give take a look over this square over here. There was a couple of ruffians that tried to attack some people. They're still alive. Look for the big light in the tent, and you'll find them.
And as they were meandering past, it was a little bit late. They seemed to just be going about their business in a very basic way. You know, they're just kind of meandering through a quiet night. They hear this message. You see some startlement momentarily before they kind of recognize what's going on. They look up. They see the aura of the light over that way, and they start hightailing it and double timing it over there to get them fairly quickly. And that's the last you see them as they start weaving in between the buildings to get there.
Okay. My job has been done.
All right, and so as you guys get to this house, Grizz, you've cast divine sense. You do not sense any evil that registers. All seems quiet at night. You know, maybe some general bad feeling in the areas. You know, some murders or whatnot. Tough to tell the difference and separate them sometimes, but a little gray area. But otherwise, no great evil comes to you. No fiends, no undead.
Do I get the so last time I cast detect good and evil, I got a bad feeling with around Warwick. Do I sense anything similar?
You do not sense anything around Warwick, as you're kind of highly perceptive to that in the area. All is quiet. You know, you still have a little bit of a sinking feeling in your gut. It's tough to tell whether that's from the divine sense or just the events that have played out. But you know, your subconscious kind of kicks in that you know all is not right in the world. Things have you concerned, but that doesn't appear to be anything in this vicinity.
Gotcha.
You just have a bit of a nasty feel in your gut in general.
Got it. Okay.
So, you guys heading in?
Yes.
Well, folks,
Okay.
this is my humble abode. Feel of hell? Do whatever you want.
As you guys head indoors, you find a house that's equipped with an average kitchen, and it's got one bedroom on the base floor, one bathroom on the base floor that's fairly standard, nothing out of the ordinary. The entire house is decorated quite tastefully. You see some light artwork on the walls, rather light on decoration, but aesthetically tasteful. You find a huge living room that is well stocked and clean. You find 4 bedrooms, a small dining room, a study with a couple candles they're not quite burning at the moment, with some light books on the walls. All appear to be classic fiction novels in one form or another. What's that?
I'm looking for the liquor cabinet.
and you managed to find a very well stocked liquor cabinet as well. tasteful little stand that sits in there. But actually, one in both the study and one in the dining room. And you have a selection from many wines, ales, fire whiskeys. There's a number of various drinks in there, all unopened.
I'm going for the one in the study.
Take a bottle of wine and sit on the porch.
All right, you guys kind of spread out. You got the large balcony upstairs. You got the 4 bedrooms up there. The study and the dining room are all downstairs. It's a not Warwick-esque house. It appears pretty nice. Like a well polished Warwick.
Hey, everybody knows of Warwick, who defeated 2 Behirs and everything else, right?
Yeah, who'd you steal this one from?
Yeah, this one I got fair and square. This one I bought.
What you buy it for?
I like houses in every place I go to.
No, that wasn't the question I asked.
What I buy it for? Like,
Yeah.
as in what I paid for it?
Correct.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of gold, maybe a little bit of favors.
Insight check.
Give me either
You still can't
whisper
lie,
to me
right?
here.
Oh, hold on, I can't lie.
It's been more than 10 minutes. I
was gonna
I
say
almost-
with the distance you guys walked the final battle. I'll say you're out of that 10-minute window here. As you check the house, you come inside. So you, either deception or a persuasion check.
I mean, I'm not generally trying to lie, am I? I mean,
Ooh, I lucky there. All right,
Yeah, unlucky, but I am lucky.
that's it.
oh, that's right. You're a little gnat, huh?
So Warwick, whenever you get a chance, you can whisper it to me, whether or roll separately and just add your deception or persuasion modifier.
No, I'll let's do this. Fuck it. Oh, sorry, that was on. Either way.
You guys seem to think, it's not a clear answer by any means. Warwick shady as always, but to an extent, it seems like he paid a little of this, a little of that, and you're a little bit curious about what those favors are now.
On that note, folks, I'm heading to bed.
Griswold's already making himself upstairs, and well, he's gonna pull aside Warwick real quick before he goes upstairs. And Garrett, I have to send you another message here.
Okay.
I'm not finished with that. I'll be saying this once I get upstairs. He's gonna catch Warwick as he's going up. Just him, Frank, and Grizzy. Thank you for letting us stay here, Warwick. I'm not sure how you acquired this house, but that doesn't matter at this moment.
Oh, Reed just asked me. I paid for it. A little bit of gold, favors here and there to various people that I know. I mean, that's just, I help people out. They help me out.
It's not what you know, it's who you know, right?
Yeah,
Fucking right.
Well, I must tell you, I was not able to detect any evil earlier. My divine senses typically are pretty good, but I have a strange sense that something might be, I don't know, following you, targeting you. I don't know. I just get I don't know. Maybe the evil that is poured across these lands is just consuming most of the area, but I have some sense that something is following you, and just know that.
Is Griswold saying this like not secretively, like he's just talking to Warwick?
I thought we were going upstairs, so I mean, I'm not being secret about it. I'm not being secret about it.
Okay. What gave that away? The Hans catching us in a corner? Is that what gave it away?
This was something that I felt earlier on before that, because we did this before we even came into Neverwinter.
I thought you couldn't sense that anything.
Well, that was
that's out of character. Sorry.
That was this one before we went into Neverwinter. I had a bad gut feeling.
Yeah, there was no sense of evil or undead or anything else, but a bad vibe.
Yeah, it was a bad vibe around Mr. Warwick here. I'll keep an eye on it, Warwick, but I felt that you should know. Um, and if something does come about, know that I'll certainly be here to help. And then you just
Appreciate
kind of
that,
see.
Chris. You're one of the good ones.
You guys are all going upstairs. I'm going to hang out downstairs. You said there was like a living room sort of place with a fireplace.
Yeah, there's a fairly large living room. Really a huge living room there, and the 4 bedrooms upstairs. Downstairs is a small dining room and a study. So, Siddle, you were still hanging out in the study drinking, right?
Yep. Just kind of perusing
And
through his books and whatnot.
yep, Althea, where were you at here?
Front porch.
Okay, yeah, you're on the front porch. Keldrum, you were still downstairs at the moment. So Reed, Grizz, Warwick were heading upstairs. And that's it. I'm used to having a lot more in the party here. Trying to figure out where everything's going. So 3 upstairs, 3 downstairs. 1 outside, 1 in the study.
I'll take first and second watch, since I only need 4 hours.
It's right before I go upstairs. Keldrum, are you able to see if you can locate Amrook again? Warwick, I know that you said that you spoke with him, but I still worry. I have no way of finding him, but
on this, at right now, no, I cannot.
Maybe it's something we can do tomorrow.
We can look for him tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
As Warwick goes upstairs, I'm going to attempt to see where he's sleeping, but disguise it as me just looking around the house.
Okay. And Warwick, you see, give me a perception check here, separate of your. Well, let's use your passive.
Is Reed looking to hop in the sack with me? Okay.
You
don't have to hide it.
So Mr. Passive, you see him meandering around the house, a little shady. Maybe like he's trying to steal something, but mostly he's probably just that's Reed as he walks. Mostly just seems to be checking out your house and a little curious about everything.
If it wasn't yours to begin with, will you really miss it?
Depends on what you take. Depends on. I don't know. I don't even know what I have in this place, to be completely honest with you. So
oh, that's not surprising.
I haven't been here in so long. I rent these places out, so I don't know. It's like an Airbnb. Anybody could have left.
Airbnb. This whole conversation was out of character, by the way.
Yeah.
I assume he doesn't sense that I'm trying to see where he's sleeping.
He does not. He senses that you're looking around. He sees you meandering, checking out the house. That's it.
Just know, Warwick is very, very sneaky. So I'm sure I would not have hidden anything in this house where anybody would be able to find it.
Is there...
Take what you want.
So Reed, as you see him heading into the bedroom, you see Griswold heading in as well, tracking down the second one to 2 of the 4. Taking up. You're kind of meandering around. What are you doing?
Is there like a bathroom upstairs? I assume.
There's only 1 bathroom, and it's downstairs. Upstairs are only the 4 bedrooms.
Okay, I'm gonna.
And then there's a balcony coming off the master.
I'm gonna come back downstairs, have a drink with Siddle. Gonna grab some fire whiskey.
Okay. And you find a particularly good brand. He seems to have a good taste in whiskey from his what he's laid out here. You guys find some pretty nice alcohol throughout here. The bottle of wine that you're having, Althea, is delicious. Seems to be a local bottle as well.
It's very delicious.
All right. So anything else you guys are doing before bed here?
After about 10 minutes, I'm gonna tell Siddle and Althea. And Keldrum's downstairs too, right? But I'm going to tell them I'm going to go look for a room, and I'm going to go into Warwick's room.
All right, you managed to slip in there.
Not the only thing he's slipping in.
So Reed walks into Warwick's room,
Well, we're kind of, before you go any further, I assume you were you doing anything before bed, or were you just kind of jumping in and starting to settle in a little bit? How does Reed find you?
I was going to.
His pants around his ankles.
I mean, Warwick definitely sleeps bare ass, but
I'm not wearing pants.
No pants at all.
No, I can't remember what spell. No, I don't think. I wasn't really doing anything. I would have copied stuff out of Still spell book, but it's a little too late for that one. So now I'm just chilling, maybe sleeping. I don't know, just laying around. It's only been 10 minutes. So
Reed, you trying to sneak in then?
The stealth was more just so to know if Griswold would notice someone entering a room.
Got it. And Grizz has entered another room here, and we're about to pick up on what he's doing, but he is occupied otherwise. You probably hear some footsteps outside, Grizz, but you don't think anything of it.
I whisper to Warwick. You're the only other person that really interacted with the sauna.
correct.
And with my actions against Griswold, I assume you know.
I do.
So let's make it clear. I will not fight in a sauna.
Okay. I'm in the same boat.
Okay. So we're in the same boat. So where'd you get this house from?
Truthfully,
At this point, why are you lying? What are you trying to hide? What's the matter? You know I'm a thief.
it's you're a thief who's out for yourself, right? So just because we're on the same boat with the sauna doesn't mean we're on the same boat about everything else in life. So how do I know the more information I give you, you're not going to use it against me?
Are we really not in the same boat? You're the one stealing houses from people.
It wasn't stolen. Wasn't stolen.
Listen, if you're using magic or anything else to deceive people, are
I
you
did.
really that much different than I am?
I didn't.
I use my hands, you use your tongue. What's the difference?
Oh,
oh boy.
I'm gonna throw out there too that depending on what you guys want to get into, if you wanted to jump into a makeout room, we can certainly do so. Now the name sounds more apt than always, but if by all means you can still have it within the party. But if you wanted to, we can go to a separate room.
I'm good sharing it within the party.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So yeah. You know what? Let's be truthful, right? I didn't steal it. It was given to me by somebody I've never met before.
That makes a lot more sense. Is there anything worth value in here?
Gee, is there anything worth the value in here? I would say
you actually, as Warwick, have no idea. You're just taking a quick glance at it yourself, trying to figure out what's here. Yeah, there is some nice artwork on the wall. There's some value. There's some nice vases. There's some other various decorations. Some weapons on the wall. It's very well decorated. You have no idea whether there was the local. Let's see, in Neverwinter, it's the IKEA that you might have purchased this stuff from, or whether it's high end from an auction. It's tough to value. That you'd have to check some stuff out.
let's say, honestly, dude, I have no fucking clue. It's like the first time I've been here. So how about this? Raid the place, do whatever you want. Gold or any spell books? Let me know first. We split the gold, spell books are mine. Other than that, do what you will. Deal?
See, that wasn't even my intention. My real curiosity is why would you want a house in Neverwinter?
Now, see, that's just a general interest of mine. I want houses. I just like having places I can go to. Maybe it gains me a little bit of clout.
Insight check.
Oh, I'm being like dead serious. Like I'm not trying to deceive you at all. I'm being.
Oh, I can't know that.
Oh yeah. Oh, well.
So I have to.
And now you do. With a nat 20, you know he's being dead serious, and that's essentially Warwick telling you, or that's Keegan telling you that Warwick is, so that you sense pure truth.
Yep. Yeah.
Man, so you're.
So yeah, and with that insight, you now know that he's being dead honest with you. This is Warwick opened up. He's fully exposed in more ways than one. He doesn't actually have any clothes.
My dick's flopping. Like it's rolling. Well, yeah. I mean, just like you're in this world to better yourself, however you see fit. So am I. I just have a few different ways of doing it.
I don't blame you. Is there anything that you promised Nasana that I should be?
Same thing that you promised.
So it's only you will not. You only won't fight her, correct?
Yep. That was it. I think that was it, right? Yeah, that was it. I'm fairly sure.
Yeah,
and she has my blood too, so
you
she
get
has
the blood up,
a
a little bit of loyalty there, but nothing specific.
Yep. That's it.
I also don't know that he was brought back because I was in the cave, so
Yeah.
I don't know that occurred.
Correct. Yeah,
Now,
you don't got that.
Here's my question for you, Reed. So let's just put ourselves in a little bit of a scenario here, right? Let's just say we're to go up against Nasana again.
Yeah.
Are you actually going to keep that promise and let everyone die? As long as you live? Yeah, as long as you wouldn't die, or would you actually turn and potentially fight?
As long as the terms weren't broken, I will keep my end of the bargain.
Okay. All right. Just so I know who I'm dealing with. Somebody who keeps their word. Interesting.
Asana didn't show up at the town square, so I treated him just as I treat everyone else.
Okay. Fair enough. So you're gonna sleep with me tonight, or how's this going down? Like, what do we do?
I'm gonna take you up on that offer of scrolls and gold.
Okay.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Scrolls and gold.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Gold.
That's.
Gold.
I'm assuming that's the predecessor to Netflix and chill.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as I say, scrolls and gold, but I'm going to assume that you didn't get this on the up and up. So my guess is that this person didn't have any experience with scrolls. So.
Now, do I have a sense? Here, I'll roll an insight check, but I'll ask the question. Not at advantage. Where's my insight check? Oh God, I'm not gonna have a sense of anything. Never mind. Actually, hold on. I have a lucky roll. No, hold on. I can re-roll. I'm gonna re-roll. 16. That's a little better. +1, 17. Do I have a sense that Reed is actually being honest with me, that him and I are on the same term?
Reed, you can either tell me to say it outright, or you can roll for a persuasion or deception check.
I am going to pull out the vicious rapier and the dagger and say, which one of these do you think I bought? And can you show him the dagger of venom, G?
Sure can.
And the vicious rapier, I guess.
Yep.
And I'm going to say, now I bought these both at the same place.
Warwick, they are in your journal. Take a look at.
The question is, which one of these do you think I bought?
You saw him purchase in the last store. He made a purchase, picking some stuff up when you guys were in there buying, and then Neverwinter.
Now, does it really look like I bought both of these at the same place?
Dude, look at that thing. That thing is bad. I like that dagger. That thing's fucking sweet. I actually don't have a picture of the rapier.
I don't have the picture on there. Sorry.
It's just like I imagine it's just a standard rapier, but
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty impressive engravings on it. I mean, it's a sexy rapier. I'll give you that. I'll get you a good one.
That dagger is bitching.
All right, you gotta show us out of character.
Dude, that
here.
thing is awesome.
All right, hold on here.
Is it the dagger
show to the
venom?
party.
Yeah.
Is it the standard dagger of venom?
Yeah, that thing looks pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it. Holy shit.
Now, do you really think Neverwinter would have a dagger of venom?
There you go.
You know.
Or a I haven't identified it nor attuned to it. So, do you think, or did you see this dagger in that store?
I wasn't particularly looking. But no, I did not. So was it
No.
given to you by a certain somebody?
I mean, we both gave our word, so was it given to me or was it earned?
Okay, fair enough. It's an answer without an answer, but I like it.
Pull out your rocks. I mean cocks.
Mine's
What
out.
about my socks?
Mine's been out the entire time.
Mine's rock hard.
Little did you know about Reed and Warwick. We have another agreement
You're docking.
together.
Stalking, yes.
That's fantastic. Oh man, yeah. Outside of that,
I'm gonna end our conversation with, if you need anything, let me know.
you too. I was gonna ask another question, but
I'm gonna find
Yeah.
a room and throw my bag on a bed.
All right, and you guys manage to track it down, and each of the rooms has a couple beds in it, so you guys have no issue finding a place to sleep across the board. But you guys are now separated into 3 different rooms.
And I'm gonna go back downstairs.
All right. Who else? Are you doing anything else then, Reed? As you head downstairs, meeting up with these guys, having a drink, or anything else you wanted to do before I
I'm
move
gonna
on?
grab a drink to make it look like I just dropped off, unpack some things.
Evan,
Good.
before
who else do you
before
want?
I attune to the ogres of the braces of ogre strength, ogre braces of ogre, whatever. Are you sure you don't want them?
Does Evan want them? Absolutely, Evan wants them. Has Griswold overcome that? Griswold has. Try them out. If you don't like them, Griswold will happily try them, but it's probably better suited for someone else at this point.
It's up to you.
Nope, that's you. I appreciate it. They're yours. They're yours.
Okay.
All right.
So before I go to bed, I'm going to unattune to the hand axe of warning, and I'm going to attune to my new ring.
Okay.
So who all is where at this point?
So 4 bedrooms upstairs. Warwick is in 1 bedroom. Griswold is in another. You are now downstairs still in the study, and Reed has come down the stairs after a period of time. As you're reading the books, you lost track of a little bit of time there. Althea is still out on the porch drinking wine at this exact moment, and Keldrum is in the living room.
I'm just pretty much going to fall asleep in my chair here.
All right.
Assuming this stolen chair is probably fairly comfortable.
It is unbelievably comfortable. This thing is like a cloud that you nestle into and fall back. This is an early version of a lazy boy with much higher quality.
Yeah, so you know what I did. So
Okay.
I am going to unattune to the mocking shield, however, because I have that +1. I don't have to attune to the +1, but that means I'll have 3 attunements, and I don't need it. Actually, no. I'll stay attuned to the mocking shield because I can still cast vicious mockery technically.
Yep.
But I'm gonna wear the +1, but that's no attunement.
Got it.
Yeah. I already have that equipped. I figured we were.
All right. Yeah, you're attuned to it. I mean, you're technically gonna have to put it away, but
I still have.
yeah, you still have it. You're still channeling it, so yeah, you will not have to remove it. We'll handle it that way.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Okay.
Is that the same thing? We just out of character. So I'm using the halberd. I had intended on still being attuned to my mace just in case I get disarmed. Is that technically how it works though? Like if I still have it with me, I'd have the halberd, the mace, and the shield technically.
Halberd, mace, shield are the 3 that you're attuned to.
Yeah.
So the shield is put away. You gain no benefit from it as a shield, but you would be able to channel it for Vicious Mockery. The +1 shield you have, the halberd you can actually use to strike, but you would not be able to strike or utilize the mace. So even though you're attuned to it, it's basically put away in your pack. So if you get disarmed for the halberd, you would have to take a turn or an action to re-engage with that weapon.
Yeah. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
Yep.
Cool beans.
Good. Who else is doing what? Anything else?
Going to attune to the Dagger of Venom.
All right.
So when storing a spell in the ring of spell storing,
Yep.
does it use up a spell slot to store a spell in the ring?
No, it's like giving you a bonus spell slot. It's pretty much what it's doing.
But if anybody can store, like I would attune to it, but I could technically go up to Siddle and say, "Hey, you have a nice 5th level spell.
Mm-hmm.
You throw that in here, and then I can cast it."
Yeah.
Yeah, because it can come preloaded with some spells in some cases. So, now somebody has to cast a spell into it. So you would have to use a spell slot to prep it, unless you disagree, Eric. But my understanding is that you use the spell slot to put into in advance, but then you don't have to use it in the future.
Right, to prep it, yeah. So if you cast it now, if you cast something into it now, you took your rest, you'd have all your spell slots, and you'd have the spells stored in your ring.
Call it like a quasi-permanent hold action. You're casting it one day, and you can maintain that forever, as long as you need to, and then release it whenever you need to without using a spell slot in the future. So you're using one now to save it in the future, and anybody can do it, not just you. You can go and have Siddle use up one of his spell slots to cast it into this ring, and in the future you can cast out of it.
Got it. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. Yeah. In that case, I'm going to.
Basically, it's a wizard's flash drive. I'm on a site now that's basically calling it that. I can't take credit.
Yeah.
I can't take credit for it. I'm reading that, and I'm like, that's pretty accurate.
That's pretty good. Yeah. So I'm gonna tune to it, and then I'm gonna cast greater invisibility. No, I'm gonna cast another dimension door into it.
Okay.
So I'll I have spell slots left. So I'm gonna cast another dimension door into it, so I can have an extra one of those bad boys. Just for now, because I'm still getting used to this.
You can change it.
So I'm gonna make sure make sure I understand how this works.
Yeah, and at any given time, you can essentially.
You don't know how bad though Keegan wants to get involved in this, because Keegan wants Siddle to cast Greater Demon into this thing and be like, "Hey, we're in a really close confined space. I'm gonna cast this shit and see what happens." It's like Phasmophobia all over again.
I was gonna say, I refuse for the same reason as I hide shit from you in Phasmophobia.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna cast a dimension door into it, and in hopes that it works as I attune to it. I'm like, I think I know how this works. Let's give it a shot. So I'll have that in there for
now. Yeah, and
I'm attuning to my new stuff as well.
Okay. Once. Okay, so yeah, you can determine 5 levels worth of spells. So you actually hold more than one. I want to make sure I was clear on that.
Yeah, that's right. It's by spell level.
Yeah, so it's not like I can't have. I thought I took it as
spirits in there.
So you can do 5 levels worth of spells, which means you can either do a single 5th level, or 5 first levels, or some combination of which. It has to add up to 5.
I just used a 4th level.
And you can change that now that you know that, but
yeah, I'll still do. I'm gonna do that for now.
You could literally put 5 healing words in there.
Yep.
Mhm.
Man.
I could do all kinds of stuff. I'm actually gonna do that
Or-
one, and I'm.
One
Okay.
cure mass wounds. Oh, you don't have it. Never mind.
But you do.
But you
Oh,
could
yeah.
put it in there for him.
Oh yeah. So for now, I'm gonna do that, and what else do I know? What's a good bubble spell? Fog cloud. It's fog.
Yeah. So let me be clear on that as well. You can cast any spell sort of now. It could be a paladin spell, a cleric spell. It does not need to be something that you're capable of using. It would use all of their original stats as well.
Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's fun as shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
5 fog clouds.
Yeah, 5 fog clouds. I have so many.
And then give it to give it to Griswold.
Guess who's moving into
No.
hurricane season? The wind is blowing heavy each day.
I'm just gonna. I'll keep one dimensional in there now, just so I can, tinker around with it for a little bit, and then once Warwick starts to really understand it, then he might get a little creative with it. But we'll do that for now. Don't want to be too crazy.
Okay.
Oh, what does D Shaggins have? Oh, not that D Shaggins is around, but this shit can get fun.
So Siddle, you were attuning to your stuff. Good.
Oh yeah, he's got some fun shit. Yep.
All right. Anybody else? Siddle, you've fallen asleep. Warwick, you've finished and you've attuned. Keldrum, anything else you're doing here?
Yeah. Once it gets quiet, and there's nobody else around, I'm pretty sure everybody upstairs is asleep. I'm gonna pull out a little bit of incense, start burning a little incense, and splash a little holy water. And I'm gonna just say, "My lady, I need some answers, some questions answered." And I am going to cast
Oh yes.
Commune. So I get 3 questions, and they can pretty much be only yes or no answers, or an unclear. It's kind of like shake the magic 8 ball.
Yep. All right.
Nice.
The first question I'm going to ask is Nasana and the not to Siddle Society, is Nasana and the Kraken Society responsible for the disruption of the giants?
No.
Second question. Are the Lord's Alliance
Yes.
are the Lord's Alliance responsible for the giant disruption? The giants' disruption of the ordering?
No.
Oh shit.
Third question.
Is Amrook a doppelganger?
Is Amrook no? Actually, I am going to ask the question about Amrook.
Oh.
I was totally. I'm sorry. I was just kidding.
Will we meet up with Amrook tomorrow?
Unclear.
Damn it. That means I gotta take my locate. I was hoping I could drop a spell. All right. And that was the 3. And then I'm going to use part of my rest to attune to the ogre gauntlets.
Man, that is... I did not know about that spell.
Keldrum? Oh, look, Adrin's awesome. Keldrum? Pulling out his dick and saying banish, for one, and then saying, we're going to mess with the DM right now, like, suggestion sucks. I'm going to ask you the tough questions. Like, Keldrum. I mean, that's awesome.
You're muted. You're muted,
Wow.
Keegs.
What level spell is commune?
5.
Oh, is it? Oh, is it now? Oh, is it now? Oh,
Wow. Wow.
In
Wait,
that case,
Do you wait? Do you have a deity?
do I have to ask a deity?
Yes.
Or divine proxy.
Or divine proxy? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and ask Gabriel those questions. Let's figure this shit out. Let's have
Maybe
some fun.
Warwick does.
Yeah,
Maybe
what,
Warwick
Nasana?
does.
Nasana?
Hey, you heard Hans say it, our Lord and Savior.
Lord and Savior.
All right.
Man, those were two interesting, definitive answers that you've been searching for a long, long while. Answers, and yet more questions to be asked.
Yeah,
I really
it
thought the
doesn't
Lord
tell
of
us.
Lions was part of it.
It was really good. I'm happy that you said
Oh,
no on that one.
But you have to think of the question he asked, though. Are either of those people responsible? Doesn't mean they're not helping.
Yeah.
Right.
I was just reading that if it could be misleading, I can offer a short phrase as an answer instead. And I don't think.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Let me just think through those three real quick. If there's anything I want to change here, I'm gonna throw out one little caveat here on the first one. Is the Kraken Society and Nasana responsible for the breaking of the ordning? No, not directly. I'll add that clarifier.
Yep.
Nice.
Interesting.
Only Keldrum knows this.
The rest I will hold true. Yeah, this is just Keldrum right now.
Keldrum.
All right. Anything else for Keldrum?
Nope.
Okay. Althea, anything you got going on?
I was just pretty much sitting on the porch doing my meditation. Keeping an ear out.
Okay. Good. So that's anything else for Grizz? I think you said I knew you were doing, but anything else?
Nope. Griswold's just gonna go into a little bit of prayer, and that's it. Frank's gonna stand guard at the door. Are we all still taking? Or is everyone taking around here to protect the house, or are we just all falling asleep?
Yeah, I was gonna do that. First and second were Keldrum. Who else is taking what shift?
I'll take third. Frank takes all of them.
I'll take third with Grizz.
I'll
Grizz and Siddle. All right, Althea, what shifts do you want?
First and second.
All right. You and Keldrum hanging out for 2 shifts. And we'll read Warwick.
I'll take second.
I'll go third. And in that case, I'm going to copy some more spells from Siddle, as long as he's okay with that. Which I'm assuming he will be, because I'll give him my spell book.
All right. So yeah, while you're doing this, you want to effectively get a lookout. You're going to be a useless guard since you're otherwise distracted. But you can still get your rest in and do that. Just think of it as one or the other. You're either keeping watch or you're buried in the book.
No, I'll be buried in the book. It's my house. I feel somewhat comfortable.
Okay, good. Anything that you guys want to accomplish on those long rests?
Let's see.
Kale and Althea on the first shift, and then carrying in with Reed, waking up for the second. Grizz lurking around the whole time. Anything you guys wanted to do? Interaction?
I'm good.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Reed, as you Go ahead.
How long is it each shift?
Each shift's about 4 hours. You guys are doing like generally.
Okay.
Good. Reed, as you wake up and see Kale and Thea up, anything you wanted to bring to the party?
Oh, just gonna look around the house, see if there's anything worth taking.
All right, and you'll find a number of various items of.
Mainly looking for gold, if there's any spare gold.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna send you a little note here separately. Good. And then Grizz, Siddle, and Warwick. Warwick, obviously, you're copying some spells over. Siddle and Grizz, and then you guys are doing?
I'm gonna Siddle. I have a question for you, and we can talk about this later. I don't want to know it's early, but you and it was either you or Keldrum mentioned scrying, and that's come up a few times. Something about someone being able to track or see what we're doing. I don't necessarily understand that, but maybe we can find a way to. Is there a way to protect ourselves from that? Because it seems like we have a lot of people.
There is. If we found a sufficiently equipped magic shop, we might be able to find a scroll that could teach that to us. There's a good way to detect it, but it is some fairly powerful magic, so I'm not exactly sure where we could find that. I guess DM, would I know where I could find a?
Yeah, I would say you're familiar with the type of magic shop that you would need to at this point. And you've got a good feel for purchasing those type of items. They're not easy to find, but in a city like Neverwinter, you'd be able to track it down.
Do I have a good idea of value?
Now, what all are you looking to do you need versus what you have?
So I'm just looking for a scroll of detect scrying. Can I learn that?
Okay, I thought you were trying to prevent it. Got it.
I guess, is there even a way to prevent it? I don't know, but.
So I would say based on let's see, it's rare, and then there are a few ways that you can do it.
No. Anyway.
Not that much. Very city to city, but I would say. Let me get you an update on that. I'll get you a better cost. I'm pulling up the spell stuff now. So.
Okay.
Siddle, maybe it's something we can look into. I know you have a lot on your hands right now, but maybe something we could look into. And as I walk away, I turn around and thank you for reaching out to my father. I know it wasn't an easy one, but things are being taken care of. So thank you.
Happy to help any way I can.
Griswold's gonna mosey on out to the front porch, and he's gonna go maybe find like a little tree or something in the yard or something, just to sit down, him and Frank, and
late night snack.
And he's gonna eat it.
This would be early in the morning, right? This would be like real early in the morning, right?
Yeah, you guys, you're the early morning shift.
Yeah, I'm gonna just get up, go find a tree, and just sit down, and I'll send you something, G. But yeah.
All right.
You walk past Althea, she's gonna ask if you're going to eat a tree.
You're sleeping on third shift, Althea.
Oh, I thought we were on second still.
No, he was up on third.
Technically, I'm still technically awake. I'm just meditating.
True, I guess you're meditating and resting. So yeah, you can throw that out there.
Not right now, Althea. Maybe later. And if I do, I'll be sure to bring you back some. Don't worry.
Thanks, appreciate it.
All right, Siddle, you would recognize it as probably close to 500 gold pieces for a scroll to detect scrying.
Okay.
Would he have mentioned that? But I'm assuming he would have probably mentioned that while we were chatting.
Yeah, he would have told you. So
that was my intention. Yeah.
I can spot that for sure. I think it might come in handy later on.
Oh, I think it's useful for all of us.
Okay, that'll be something we really want to go check. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool beats.
And so, yeah, anything else while you guys are resting? Last call for everything here. And Grizz, I know you're going to send me something from your tree as you munch on it, but...
Yep. The snozberries taste like snozberries. Yep. That's it.
All right, good. So morning arises. It's a bit of an ugly day here, and some thunderstorms are looming. Some heavy winds, a lot of rain and downpour coming in and out. It's on and off. Overcast day. Not pretty, but it's still relatively warm out. What do you guys want to do today? It's first thing in the morning. You guys actually find a fairly well-stocked pantry with some cured meats, some other various vegetables that seem to be not too terribly old. Some other things that have been cured. So you guys are able to make a pretty good meal out of what you find nearby.
So Warwick's gonna get up a little earlier than everybody else. He's gonna throw on an apron, nothing else, just an apron. And he's gonna start cooking breakfast from everybody. So everybody's gonna wake up to the smell of cured meats and eggs and whatever else we have. And they're gonna walk in, and he's gonna be cooking bacon naked, kind of semi-naked. And there's just gonna be this nice,
which is good
nice
because there's some
piece.
little. Yeah, I was gonna say, gotta be careful. There's a little grease splatter, and it's a good thing you have the apron on.
Yeah. But outside, as people walk in, the only thing they see is this little apron, wrapped around his neck, and there's a little bow in the back, and you just see Warwick's bare ass as he's cooking over this old fire cooking stove. That's life.
And it smells delicious. It turns out Warwick's a pretty good cook.
Yeah, Warwick.
Whenever
Last night I went to bed early, and I was not a gracious host, so I apologize. Please enjoy the feast.
Where might I find some cutlery?
There's a lot of drawers, and you're not entirely sure.
What's that?
I said there's a lot of drawers there. You're not entirely sure. It's just generally around.
I just had somebody in here. Let me check. And I'm gonna start opening random drawers until I find the one with the cutlery.
As I walk into the kitchen, I'm gonna cast minor illusion, and you're gonna see the censored bubble go over top of Warwick's crotch and ass.
And the crotch is fairly well covered for the most part with the apron, but
I'm wearing one of the hospital gowns backwards.
Flap open. Whenever Griswold's done praying, he's gonna walk in, and he'll nod to Warwick, kind of shake his head a little bit because he's naked. Keldrum, I don't mean to bother you early on, but did you get a chance to try to find Ambrook?
Kind of. We'll try it before we leave today.
Kind of. What do you mean?
I was hoping we'd find him today, but I don't know if we will or not.
As I hear this, I'm gonna turn and be like, "How? I'm just curious. How does that work? Did you ask somebody or?"
Yeah, I asked somebody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like a spell or somebody you talk to? You have a deity like Gabriel, this guy over here that we've never seen, but apparently he talks to.
You just see Griswold shoot him a little glimpse. His eyes go a little bit white. It's like, okay, now Warwick.
Oh, Grizzy, I'm just playing with you.
As a matter of fact, she actually provides you with your magic abilities.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. You may have to.
He pulls out a pamphlet of Mystra, goddess of magic in the weave.
About Jesus. I mean, Mystra.
Yeah, Maybe you should read about this.
Do you have a spell book by chance?
No. I know you do though.
Clerics don't have spell books? Damn it. Never mind. Alright.
They don't.
Let's forget I asked that question. I thought clerics had spell. I don't know who all has spell books. Is it just wizards and bards? Or just wizards?
Wizards.
Just
that's
wizards.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sucks. Okay.
Well, unless you took the ritualistic feat, where you actually have a spell book, but you only can keep rituals in it.
Okay, that makes sense.
But
on that note, yeah, I mean, we can certainly finish eating breakfast, and then I'd say maybe we can, I don't know, start looking
go find
for.
this.
Let's
go find this house that we need to find.
We were also going to. Scrying has been brought up a few times, and Siddle may know of a place where we can find some kind of protection or something to help keep ourselves hidden. So I would like to make a quick stop and see if we can get something like that.
We could always find something in Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Waterdeep's a much bigger city than Neverwinter. That's where we're headed to next.
Yes,
At least I thought we were.
Yes, it is. I mean, if we could, if the place that we're looking for is near where we could find this scroll or something, it wouldn't be bad to have this sooner. But yes, either here or in Waterdeep, whatever works.
Whatever you guys want to do.
We are going to find the house.
Okay. So that's what you guys are heading out for. You're heading to the house with the teleportation circle.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Oh.
Yep.
All right. So you guys leave Warwick's humble abode and head into the city. Obviously, much earlier in the day now, very busy compared to what it was last night. A lot going on as you begin to meander your way through. You guys see some bustling activity, a very wide variety of people moving through. You see various races and cultures and then types. Really just an impressively eclectic group. You got used to it the first time you came through, but you haven't quite seen it in a while. So once again, it takes you aback. You're not used to fitting in so well in an area as you do now. The Phandalin Phive really blends in a lot of ways. You think you get a few knowing glances looking at you, a few smiles, a few small awes, but not quite the presence that you would normally have. Frank seems to bring some level of interest to the group, that some level of recognition along the way. You guys pass a number of various stores and libraries as you're making your way through a lot of residential areas. You pass some different people. You hear the local salesmen, the local traders calling out for various wares, selling various trinkets of types, clothing, fruits, vegetables, any number of objects, walking sticks, all of which kind of get your attention as you guys walk past. Continue going through, passing through some other buildings. You hear a young man on the corner trumpeting news for the area, yelling things out. You catch some major headlines as you walk past. You hear a few things. You hear no response east of Loudwater. Several days of silence. All fear dead at the hands of the stone giants. Moving on. Gauntlgrim Forge has gone out. It is officially out. Sources inside the keep seem nervous. No reasons why. Multiple reports of fire giants retreating back to the Silver Marches. No longer thought to be a threat. Assassination attempt on the Marchion of Mirabar. 6 killed in his bedchamber. The Marchion survives. Shipping channels through Port Last have reopened. Trade resumes. The Copper Dozen, Farron's most heralded heroes, have been slain by giants' hands. They will be missed. At that point, they kind of start back at the beginning again. No response east to Loudwater. And repeats through this thing as he's yelling some of the highlights.
Hold on,
So
I'm
you guys-
right.
Oh,
No response east of Loudwater due to.
here, let me make it easy on you.
Thanks.
Let's drop some stuff in here.
Thanks.
Ooh, I didn't see that note.
Oh, the prayer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think you
I'll grab
misspelled
that.
Gauntlegrim.
There are a
Fuck you,
few mistakes in there, I'll say, but yeah. So you guys continue moving through the streets as his yelling fades out. As you come up to a creaky old 3-story row house that is relatively just buried, insignificant in a lot of ways. You don't see much to it. All seems quiet around. Around. It seems like a little quiet neighborhood. This one's a little bit run down, no different than any of the other houses. Maybe a hair larger, a little bit bigger in presence, but Uh, but you're pretty confident based on what you've seen in the descriptions and the location. You guys can sense that this is probably the right location.
I'm gonna pull out the pin. I'm gonna pull out the pin that we're all supposed to, because this is the teleportation circle for the Harpers, correct?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull out the pin, kind of remind everyone. Chamb3r, I don't know if Adrian gave you this pin, but you're with us, so I think we may be able to get you through, but just unless you already have connections with this, but maybe let us go with the pins first.
Okay.
Okay.
Adrian probably did not give him because I completely forgot about that part. So I will not.
I would say you were going through your stuff though. I mean, I'm sure it would have been more prevalent if it's entirely up to you.
Okay. But okay, all right, I'll say I have it then.
Okay, perfect.
That also, just keep in mind, that will eliminate Adrian's ability to teleport around a little bit, should you need to. So.
Yep.
All right.
Are you knocking Grizz or?
Yeah, I'll knock. That's
Go
fine.
ahead.
So as you knock on the door, what's that?
Sandees.
Sandees.
The person's.
Yep. So as you knock on the door, for a moment you hear nothing, then you hear some very light footsteps behind it and approaching. You see the door open just slightly as a very small young, appears to be human girl, kind of glances out awkwardly as she looks up, keeping an eye out, and she just watches you. And in a very awkward way, may I help you?
Hello, my name is Griswold. I'm part of the Phandalin Phive, and we were given these pins by the Harpers, and they said that we could use the teleportation circle whenever we need it.
She's gonna look at the pin, eyes get a little wide, pop back, close the door momentarily before the door opens, and she's gonna. Oh, of course. Feel free to come help yourselves. I mean, come in, and I'll help you help yourselves. I mean, I'm gonna show you where you need to go, but please come in, come in. Very awkward little girl. She's a younger girl. She's in mid-20s. So younger for a human, but not a little girl by any means. And she's gonna welcome you guys into it's a creaky. Well, it was creaky on the outside and looked a little run down. Inside, an entirely different picture. She's trying to quickly close the door so no one can see, but you find this immaculate area, well cleaned, well decorated.
As we step in, I'm gonna kind of look around, see if anybody's giving a look.
Give me a perception check then. You don't seem to notice anybody keeping an eye out thus far. You haven't thought to see if anyone was following you throughout, but as you look around, no one seems to be giving you too much of a spare glance, besides people looking at this tiger and everything else. But nothing you can see out of the ordinary.
Not very conspicuous.
So she leads you guys in. Please head upstairs. Is that everyone? All of you? All of you are in? Each of you?
I think so. Has a dwarf been by here, Chamb3r?
Amrook, I do not know a dwarf by that name. I'm sorry. Should I? Has he been? Oh, have I forgotten? I do tend to forget sometimes.
No, no.
That's okay. That's okay.
When would he have been?
Sorry.
I can check the logs.
It's, yes, if you could go check the logs, that would be great. Keldrum, I cannot leave Neverwinter You said that he left. There was a supposed note where he said he would meet us in Neverwinter. I cannot leave.
I am going to cast locate object. The object would be Giant Slayer.
Ooh. All right.
Nice job.
Give me 1 second here. Amrook, are you there?
Yeah.
Can we momentarily break into the other room then? How you want to handle this?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, give me 1 second, everyone. We will be right back.
The Copper Dozen, Farron's most heralded heroes, have been slain by giants' hands. The Copper Dozen.
There was so much in that freaking thing. Like, I'm like itching.
I know, right?
oh, my bad. A lot of news that you guys may have missed while you were at Port last.
Blinders. Blinders.
Right. I'm gonna switch over to the mega room real quick. I'll be right back. 30 seconds.
Yo.
Oh, didn't expect a low object. Very interesting move on his part. I know you were out training. I don't have where. We didn't talk about what you were doing today and where you were, but I assume you're still outside of Neverwinter.
So I sent you a message. He actually he started to head down there, and then he ended up going back up towards Chamb3r. So his plan was to cut through the woods. So he started along the high road, and then he cut down through the woods to head towards Chamb3r to meet up with Urgula. He wanted to ask her, because she fought with Harshnag, so she's seen these eyes before, and see if she could help train him. And then he was going to head over to Yartar, take the port back.
Okay, so you would say you were currently in Chamb3r. Yeah, you
almost there.
Right. Yeah, okay. They spent the night. You had taken a little more time. All right, so you're almost there. You cut. Were you cutting through the Neverwinter Wood?
Yeah, I was going to be as stealthy as possible, knowing what I have in the pack.
Yeah.
You know.
And I'll say you're able to successfully do so. I just want to have to be able to identify for the locate object. Wait. Oh, it's only within 1,000 feet of you. I was thinking he was using something else. I just wanted to be sure. Sorry.
Nope, all good.
Okay, thank you very much.
Other questions?
Nope, that should be good. We can cover any more out of game.
Sounds good.
All right, bye.
I'll wait.
No, please go ahead. Continue.
So in character, Gauntlgrim has gone out. Wait, before we go to Waterdeep, I remember that there was a forge up northeast with the dwarves. We know of the forge at Gauntlgrim. That has gone out. And there was reference, I can't remember where, of the Wave Echo Cave being another forge of some type. If Gauntlgrim has gone out, we may want to take the day or take the time to go to Phandalin and make sure that that is okay. I know we have duties down in Candlekeep. Phandalin's not that far away. Yeah, how far is I have a bad sense about this, and it might not be bad to take the moment to make sure that that is safe. We all know what magic came out of that many, many years ago, and what it has helped us do so far. I'm gonna see how far that would be. We have 85 miles to that.
While you're doing that, Keldrum, you do not sense the Giant Slayer within 1,000 feet of you.
Keldrum, you haven't found Amrook is not here.
No, not right now. I can hold this for 10 minutes, but I'm not sensing him within the immediate area.
Oh yeah, because Neverwinter is huge.
I'm gonna make a proposal, and you continue chatting inside. But I'm just gonna throw this out there. Lot of shifting here. Big decision coming up. It's 12 o'clock. I know it's a short session with me having been late. Would you guys prefer to have a campfire chat over the course of this, outside of this, and make this decision on where the party goes next week? Or we can continue going now. I'm just putting it out there for the group. I'm good to go either way.
I think it's going to take us a while
Either
to
way,
decide.
Either way, can Siddle and myself portal jump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at each portal, we're going to take, I think it's a minute, memorize the teleportation circle at each of the locations.
Ooh.
Can anybody come with you?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can essentially use the teleportation circles. You kind of got free access to it.
As in, like, I could memorize them and then maybe store a teleportation.
You don't have the ability.
You need to know teleportation circle, don't you, to be able to memorize them?
Yes.
Oh, you do?
So they actually have the ability to memorize them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with stopping here. The only thing I'll say in character, Warwick, since we cannot locate Amrook, and Keldrum and Zilla are going to hop around, any chances you would want to try to send a message?
Amrook?
Amrook, and just let him know where we are. I don't know if this is helpful, but I cannot leave Neverwinter without Amrook.
Once we decide where we're going and what we're gonna do, absolutely, I'll tell him where we're gonna be at. He tends to not respond well when answering, so I'd rather just us tell him versus us ask him. If that makes sense. And if not, fuck him. I'm just kidding. I'm not saying that. I still like him. Yeah. But yeah, my vote would be we maybe ask questions / make a decision over campfire chat, because I have a feeling we might be going back and forth for a little while.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have a problem with that. With going to Phandalin, like I said, once me and Siddle take 10 minutes in portal hop, we can port to Waterdeep whenever we want, or wherever actually.
Hell yeah!
Well, these 6 places.
I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
Because
this is when shit goes to hell for me.
Loudwater is one of the places we can port to, and that's where the stone giants are at. That's an option. I mean, Baldur's Gate is so far away. That's the only problem. Candlekeep.
Yeah, Candlekeep. We should go get that book and see what happens. Who knows what kind of book it is? Dun, dun, dun. Is that where we're going? Candlekeep for the book? Yeah. For that.
Yeah.
High priestess.
Yeah, the lore of the Rue.
The lore of Luru.
Lululemon, whatever.
He gets speared in what's it called?
I would say George's La Rock.
Yeah, La Rock.
How many? Okay.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at.
She gets speared in Hunger Games.
Oh man, I didn't realize you can create a permanent teleportation circle by casting this spell in the same location every day for 1 year.
For 1 year. Yeah, that's how they get created.
You guys just need to pause this campaign for a year. I'm sure nothing will go astray there, and then you're good.
Oh, we got Warwick's house.
Yeah, one of the Warwick's houses.
Right.
So as you guys are
we should
now
call it quits for a little while. Maybe just settle down, have a family.
Well, I was going to say the Copper Dozen has us taken care of and will save everything, but not anymore.
Yeah, we gotta. Who the hell's the Copper Dozen? We gotta. I'm curious.
Oh, they're dead as fuck now, so who cares?
That's true. That's very true.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do before we close this out? Otherwise, I'm gonna say that we move the campfire chat for where to move now. You guys have entered. She's kind of staring at you awkwardly now, Sanze. Trying to figure out exactly what you guys came in here and now arguing about where to go. However, you guys do manage to convince her to let you use the teleportation circle. You and Siddle, Keldrum and Siddle, to bounce around to the other locations to memorize each of those. So for 10 minutes, they disappear. You think once in a while you maybe see an arm or a leg just kind of appear, materialize, and disappear again as you guys are watching. But otherwise, 10 minutes in, they come back into it. I should also say that you guys have been led into the attic for this. The teleportation circle was in a large attic on that 3rd floor that it was well protected. A couple mages up there were sitting in the corner and guarding things. As you guys made your way through, you appeared in numerous locations. If you have any interest in that, as you pop into each of them, you recognize the one that you went into already with in Yartar.
Right.
Is that where you were?
Yeah. Everland or Yartar, one of the two.
Yeah, Everland.
Both
You
of
did.
them,
Yep,
I think,
in
right?
Moongun Tower and Yartar. Yep, you did. You went into Moongun. Yeah. You were not in Mirabar. But you did pop in there. You pop into the loft, and from a quick smell, and hay covering this thing that had been quickly removed, you recognize it as some form of stable house. As you jump to Loudwater, you jump into a room that is
basement of a tap.
Curtained and a cloakroom of sort near a tap room. You can hear loud noises nearby, a little bit of this and that. Another one you jump into, it appears to be a crypt, which you recognize as Waterdeep. Oh, not water. Yeah, Waterdeep.
Yep, Waterdeep.
Yeah, and then you manage to make your way back.
That's awesome.
That is terrible. I'm so upset now. But all right.
So often.
The Phandalin 5 is now unchained.
Where you want to go, boys and girl?
All right. Well, with that, you guys have done that. You come out, and now it's where do we want to go? So we will move that to the campfire chat. Pick up right here next time. It is still fairly early in the morning as you guys came out here. We'll say like 9 a.m. since you didn't do much. You kind of just went straight here, and you guys have to decide where you want to go. We will end it there. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Sorry for the short session. Next week will be better, and I look forward to it. See you guys next week.